India's External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is in Sochi to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organisation or the SCO summit. Ms. Swaraj is likely to have a number of bilaterals on the sidelines of the summit, but there's no word yet on whether an interaction with Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahid Khan is on the card. But what exactly are these groupings all about, and do they involve much more than summit in exotic locales? Here's the breakdown.
The SCO is a political, economic and security organization founded in April 1996. China and Russia are founding members and tend to hold sway over proceedings. Other members include India, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. India's relationship with China is likely the big bilateral talking point. They are caught between competition and collaboration. China is also likely to view India's access to Central Asia warily. India and Pakistan became full members in June this year, and going ahead, their tenuous relationship is likely to dominate affairs in the group, which has so far been largely trouble-free. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, or SAARC, is a regional intergovernmental organization and geopolitical group of South Asian nations. Its members include Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, the Maldives, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. But the conversation at SAARC is often dominated by relations between India and Pakistan. In fact, the last SAARC summit, which Pakistan was to host in November 2016, was cancelled when India boycotted the event. Diplomatic tensions between the two were at a fever pitch following the September attack on an Indian army base by Pakistan-based terror outfits. Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Bhutan decided to skip the summit too, which had to be indefinitely postponed. The biggest obstacle facing SAARC, other than India and Pakistan's tense relationship, is Nepal and Sri Lanka's growing relationship and reliance on China. Beijing isn't a member of SAARC, but its bonhomie with Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Nepal allows it to wield indirect influence on the group, something India is never too happy about. The economic grouping started in June 2006 with Brazil, Russia, India and China, with a focus on economic development and presenting a counterweight to the hegemony of the West on the world's economy. South Africa joined in 2010, adding the eponymous S to the ends of the acronym. Much like SAARC, the proceedings at BRICS are dominated by the relationship between India and China. The two Asian giants are economic powerhouses, home to the world's largest populations and neighbors. The rivalry is almost mandated. The last summit, hosted by China earlier in September, came after the two countries called peace on a protracted standoff in Doklam, at the tri-junction of India, China and Bhutan. The 2-month stalemate saw an exchange of diplomatic barbs, shrill media commentary and fears that the situation would deteriorate into a military confrontation. It didn't, but China and India dominated the proceedings when the heads of the BRICS nations gathered in Xiamen a few days later. But China and India is not the only issue BRICS faces. The economic slowdown in South Africa that has brought its growth rate to naught, and the political and economic instability in Brazil are causes for concern. Add to that the crisscrossing of bilateral ties between member countries within and outside the group create interesting intersections of convergence and divergence alike. Bureau Report, WION.